obviously I'm not the best at automotive stuff, and I'm only just well, I've known about this before, but I only just ended up caving on buying them, and they're hub-centric rings. Essentially, I bought 15 mil spacers, which they don't exactly line up too great. As you can see, there's a lot of play, and that's not what you want from a hub-centric spacer, since these ones I think are for Mitsubishi, like the Mitsubishi line, Lancers and shit. Besides that, this is a 60.1 millimeter diameter, or essentially it'll fit one of these rings. But I didn't know that because I didn't really factor in researching. I didn't factor in researching the width of that to the width of this. As you can see, that's way bigger. So pretty much the entire time I've had this rim on, it's been only being held up by the wheel studs. But it wasn't too bad, since the wheel stud itself, it's being held up by this cone. Essentially, whenever you thread this onto that, this will dig into the little holes right here, and then it'll keep it up, except usually you want to have your wheel supported. Gotta figure out who that is. Anyways, you gotta have your wheel supported, or you want to have your wheel supported by this. My bad. I'm on a tangent. But yeah, in order to properly mount a rim to your car without, well, essentially the idea behind these are that they'll center in, they'll support your car, your wheel from here, so the wheel studs don't have to do all the work. And I think I already said, but yeah, I bought a 15 mil spacer, and you don't want it to have any play. That's when your wheel spacers fail. So yeah, I ended up picking up some of these, and from what I see now, they should work. I'll probably have to hammer this in, though. Oh. No. So essentially, yeah, you got the wheel. Yeah, there we are. So, like I said, this is for a Mitsubishi, and this is like a 67. Actually, if I, yeah, 67.1. So, the inner diameter of this lip, or it's a 67.1 in comparison to a 60.1. So 60.1 millimeters is what's OEM for the Toyota line. So this is universal from my car to Camrys to the LS 400 to the Supra, all of that line. They all share the same 60.1 millimeter, so you can interchange rims. But in order for me to properly have this on, I would have to have one of these. I would have to have one of the title of the video, my bad. I'm having a brain fart. Essentially, you're fine if you have this, because shit. These usually they'll come with the same cone shape, which I was talking about for the wheel studs. So these will dig into these little holes, right, or the slot right there, and then it'll keep it from moving. So this is fine. You can have this before it's tightened down, but if you still have this while these are tightened down, then you have another issue. But I don't think I'll have that. You just don't want it to have any play if you're moving that. So yeah. And I have a secondary ring, because this doesn't mount up to the rim. The rim I have is a... Okay, that one's, I think it's a 73 something, so... Yeah, this just slides right into there, and that'll keep it from doing any stupid stuff. And also, on the breast side, because my front isn't supported by any either, you can essentially, you can stack these on top of each other. Wrong way. So you can essentially just stack these on top of each other in order to make the desired size, but if you can find a ring like a 60.1 to a 73.1 like what I have, that would be more advisable since it's more stable, if I had to guess. Not saying it won't be stable like that, but one solid object. So yeah, essentially just that should essentially keep the wheel from moving, which is probably what I needed. It would also explain why I've been stripping so many wheel studs, or why my other side is so stripped. I was meaning to do it, but now since I have the 15 mil spacers, I don't really need to do it. I also got I got these because I plan on slotting my coilovers. So I'm going to take out the camber bolt and then drill all the way back until the very top of this is touching the back of the coilover, or yeah, touching the coilover. So that's what's in my future plans. But yeah, I'll get certain stuff sort of tightened down. I don't plan on driving this, or for a bit, so it'll be fine if I just leave the spacer on. So yeah, till next up. So I got the wheel spacer on, properly torqued down to 80 foot-pounds. And next up, I already know the wheel will go on. It's just, so yeah. So yeah, wheel is on. If I were to remove this, you would be able to see the I'm thinking harmonic balancer. It's not, obviously, just wheel spacer stuff. So now I got poke. That's fun. But it's meant to do that. Also, for these rims, they actually work out pretty well for spacers since they have this big gap right there. So, yeah. Obviously, all I really gotta do now is just tighten down the bolts, and then, yeah. So, there'll probably be 2 more updates, or probably just 1. So, yeah. So, you'll have to mind this. It's snowing, but yeah. So far, I can definitely say I got a poke now, so that's funny. But yeah, like I said, it ain't staying like this. This thing's gonna get a lot more camber soon. I just gotta slot the coilovers and adjust. But yeah. Also, I'll need some more wheel studs. I do got some since I've had extra, but yeah. So that's fun. Honestly, though, it looks more aligned with the front now, so that's interesting. But yeah, it works.